Would I be wrong if I didn't let one of my son's friends come to his sleepover this weekend? So, my 9-year-old son is having a sleepover tomorrow, and I know who he's inviting. And I love the friends he's inviting. But this morning, he asked me if he could invite one more friend, and usually I would say yes, but this time he wants to invite this one friend who I don't like at all. The reason I don't like him is because he is very disrespectful to me and my husband, to my house, and to my rules. Last time he was over, he was constantly throwing a football in my house. Even though my husband, me, and even my son kept on telling him that you can't throw a ball in the house. And then another time, my husband asked our son to do something, and his friend literally said to my husband, "Why can't you do it?" in a very disrespectful tone, and my husband asked him not to talk to him that way, and he just laughed. In my house, my kids aren't allowed to play a video game that's rated older than them, and my son's friend brought with him Call of Duty and put it in the Xbox, even though my son said they're not allowed to play it over here, but he put it in anyways. But I saw it when I went in the game room to check on them, and asked him to turn it off, but he said, his exact words, "No, I'm allowed to play it at home." And also the "I can do it at home" line was a constant from him. Some of them were, "I can't eat outside of the kitchen at home. I can drink soda at home. I don't have a bedtime on weekends at home. I don't have to do my chores when I have a friend over at home." And that was when I told my son to do his chores. And when I took them to the beach in the car, when I told him to put in a seatbelt, he said, "No, in my mom's car, I don't need to wear a seatbelt." And when it was time to leave, he said, "My mom always lets me stay until closing time." That made me really mad. Mainly because I always teach my kids, while at our house, they might be allowed to do certain things that's not always the case at other people's houses, and they must respect their rules. And during dinner, he accidentally knocked his water on the floor, and I wasn't mad at that, but he completely ignored it. And when I asked him to pick up the cup, he said, "It's your floor, not mine." And the way I looked at my son, and he knew that I was so mad at his friend. And alongside that, multiple times that weekend, his friend rolls his eyes at me. But my son wants to invite him for a sleepover since that's still one of his best friends. But being honest, I don't want to deal with him again, but I don't want to upset my son. But would I be wrong if I said no to his friend coming over?